Hello Bandhugan, Namaskar and welcome back. Today we'll be talking about the peripheral nervous system, the nerves which actually make your peripheral nervous system. So peripheral, if you have seen my last video in my previous videos that the classification of nervous system, you have seen that the nervous system is basically divided into two parts. One is the central nervous system and another one is the peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system is again going to be divided into somatic nervous system and autonomic nervous system. Somatic nervous system is the voluntary nervous system and autonomic nervous system is basically the involuntary nervous system, the nerves which are involved in the involuntary action in our body. And autonomic nervous system are again going to be divided into two parts or two types. One is the parasympathetic and another one is the sympathetic nervous system. So before proceeding this part, you can watch the previous video. So let's continue. So peripheral nervous system, that is in short can be called as PNS. PNS actually is made up of, the peripheral nervous system is composed of the cranial nerves, and the spinal nerves. So cranial nerves, the nerves arising from your brain, that means your organ which is present inside the cranium. So cranium is going to produce 12 pair of nerves. So you have 12 pair of cranial nerves. When we talk about the spinal nerve, you have 31 pair of spinal nerves. So this 31 pair of spinal nerves are like, if you count from your vertebral column, then this one is the cervical region of your vertebral column, this one is the thoracic region, this one is the lumbar, this is sacral, this is coccyx. So the nerves arising from spinal cord or from the vertebral column, the cervical region, gives rise to 8 pair of nerves. I hope you cannot see the write-up. Nerves gives you, the nerves arising from the cervical region is 8 pair. In case of thoracic region, the number is 12 pairs. In case of lumbar region, it is 5 pairs. In case of sacral region, it is again 5 pair, and in case of coccygeal region, it is again 1. It is 1 pair of spinal nerves. So when we talk about the vertebral bones, the number of vertebrae which is present in the cervical region, it was 7. Number of vertebrae present in the thoracic region was 12. It was again 5. And in case of sacral region, it was 1. But the one bone, which actually we call it as a sacrum, is made up of 5 fused bones. 5 bones, 5 vertebrae are going to be fused together to make this one single bone. And the 5 different fused bones are going to produce the spinal nerves. So the nerves coming from the sacrum region is 5 pair, and in case of coccyx, it is 1 pair of nerves. So if you calculate this one, then you can see 31 pair of nerve. Okay. In case of cranial nerve, there is a mnemonic that you have to go through to memorize or to remember or to recall any time about the sensory and motor. Oh, one thing I must tell you, that the spinal nerves, whichever is arising from any of the region, all the spinal nerves are mixed nerves. All the spinal nerves are mixed nerves. Okay, now talking about the cranial nerves. So cranial nerve is arising from the cranium, and there are 12 pairs of cranial nerves. If you talk about the names, then the names are like Olu. There is a mnemonic in Bengali. Please bear with me. O, Oku, Tara, Tari, I, ফটিক আজ গাইছে ভালো সুর হাই. So the name of spinal nerves, the cranial nerves are like olfactory, optic, ocu for oculomotor, tara for trochlear, tari for trigeminal, I for abducens, photic facial, aj auditory, গাইছে glossopharyngeal, ভালো vagus, সুর spinal accessory, hypoglossal. I'm writing here hypoglossal. Okay, so these are the names of the cranial nerves. Now if we talk about the sensory, motor and mixed kind of nerves arising from, or mixed kind of nerves, which are these cranial nerves. Which among these cranial nerves are sensory, which among these cranial nerves are motor, or which among these cranial nerves are mixed? So to remember this, the nerve number 1, 2 and 8 are sensory. Nerve number 3, 4, 6, 11 and 12 are motor, and the rest are mixed. So see, number 1 olfactory, number 2 optic, and number 8 that is auditory. These are sensory. And if we talk about the motor neurons, so motor neurons are 3, 4 and 6. 5, 6 abducens, and 11, 12 that is spinal accessory and hypoglossal. All these 5 nerves arising from the cranium, or these 5 cranial nerves are motor nerves, and the rest of these cranial nerves are mixed nerves. So if you want to remember the name of these cranial nerves, you have to go through this poem in Bengali, that is olo o oku tara tari I photic aj gaiche bhalo sur hai. So this is all about the peripheral nervous system. See you in the next video. Thank you.